This episode contains obscene and explicit sexual materials and is rated 18. It is strictly educational, however, viewers' discretion is highly advised. You can actually have, in quotes, a loose anus, and in this condition we call it fecal incontinence, where your anus can no longer hold a poop and the poop just flows out involuntarily. Worldwide, anal sex is a taboo subject to discuss openly amongst women of all sexualities and even heterosexual men. But ironically and hypocritically, this is a very common practice among teenagers, undergrads, and career women working in big corporate organizations. The use of anal sex in this episode will be strictly confined to the insertion of a live penis into the anus. Most people practice anal sex for pleasure, to prevent conception, and as a request from their partners, but always fail to put into consideration the health risk that is involved in this practice. Well, I am here to tell you, yes, there are possible repercussions when adequate precautions are not taken into considerations. Ooh, what a rhyme. So whatever religion you practice, it is important for you to discuss your sexual preferences with your partner, especially before marriage, so you don't get in there and be in a rude shock when your partner demands. Interviews with series of couples have revealed that a lot of marriages fail as a result of sexual dysfunction, misunderstood sexual desires, and miscommunicated sexual expectations. So if you perform or you have been fantasizing about performing anal sex, there are some very key things that you should take note of. To do this, let's take a look at the makeup of the rectum and the anus. The rectum runs from the end of the colon and down to the anus and measures about 5 to 9 inches in length and 1.5 inches in width, and serves as a warehouse for your poop just before you take a shit. The anus is just immediately after the rectum at the end of the digestive tract and is made up of two strong muscles known as the anal sphincters. These muscles contract and relax, thereby closing and opening the anal canal. The inner one acts involuntarily and opens up when you relax, while the outer one acts voluntarily, enabling you to hold your poop and pass it out whenever you please at the appropriate place. Now, unlike the vagina, the anus does not have that capacity to self-lubricate. So without conscious preparation of the anus, like relaxation and lubrication before anal sex, you put it at risk of anal tears. These we call anal fissures. The anus has a very high vasculature, making it easy for medications and fluids to be absorbed into the body when placed there. Now, without the use of protection, an STD-laden semen will easily transmit STDs to the partner, like herpes and HIV. The anus has a large supply of nerve endings, which makes it sensitive to sexual stimulation, and that is what people usually explore to get to that cloud nine. Forceful entry or insertion of the penis into the anus can result in injury to the anal sphincters, and this will cause fecal incontinence, resulting in involuntary passage of feces, fluid, and gas. This may cause individuals with such conditions to frequently wear diapers until a surgery is performed to fix that injury. If anal and vaginal sex are carried out simultaneously, then there is a high risk of contamination of your reproductive tract, resulting in pelvic inflammatory disease and possible infertility if this is not treated aggressively. Human papilloma virus is a sexually transmitted virus that can cause anal warts around your anus, and it has also been found to be the most common risk factor in anal cancer, with 2/3 of this cancer occurring in women. In as much as I can be very adventurous and I love the idea of sexual explorations, anal sex to me is a no-no. I know a lot of books have been written about the amount of pleasures one can derive from anal sex, which is of course possible considering the amount of nerve endings down there. But for me, the fact that an activity is pleasurable does not make it right or worthwhile, especially when the consequences are considered. So while some women experience some life-changing consequences, some others do not. Nonetheless, in all your sexual adventures and explorations, please stay safe, protected, and stay healthy. I really like to hear about your thoughts and experiences about anal sex, both the good, bad, and ugly. So please drop them in the comment section below. So if you have not done so already, or you have learned something new today, please do well to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you same time next week.